Transition screen, and we're live. We're professional because my microphone is working, our audio is in sync, there's no technical difficulties. Welcome to episode 5
Yay!
of Sunrunners.
It only took us 5 episodes to do it.
Yeah.
First
I'm
try.
sure since I mentioned it this episode, next episode we'll have all kinds of issues.
All kinds of issues.
But welcome to episode 5 of Sunrunners, our interactive D&D charity stream where we're playing through, in the dark matter setting, sci-fi adventure in space, although we're currently on a planet, so we're not in space. But the planet is in space, so we're in. So, last episode, our adventurers came down to this planet in search of dilithium crystals and some titanium to repair the ship, the RSV Banneker, as it was debilitated and left floating in orbit around this planet. Luckily, on the planet below, there are some dilithium crystals which they use to power up the engines, as well as some titanium. There's a titanium mine here at this facility, at this town, in order for them to get the raw materials to repair the Banneker and get it back up and operational. As it flew through a mall, it faster than light travel. So, weird things happened with the ship. It is currently disabled in orbit above the planet. They met an interesting creature in the armory and in the security area, which they also found a data pad with some dates and some CCTV footage of what happened to this planet. And then they headed over towards B-15, the warehouse that supposedly holds the dilithium crystals that they are in search of, and that is where we're going to pick up. So, as you're all standing there, opening the double warehouse doors to this facility, you open up. Oops, I moved the wrong thing. Oops. Talking about technical difficulties, and then there it is.
I know, I was like, I'm waiting for the other.
So as you open the double doors, you see that this long, 50-foot long warehouse looks like it has been untouched by time. There are some what look like those cars in this warehouse, as well as what looks like some sort of aerial transport device. It doesn't look like your chariot. It looks much more sleek and rounded, kind of like an Apache helicopter, but smoothed around and blades on.
Let's take that.
Yeah. And you also see movement. Right in front of that Apache helicopter, there is what looks like a little stack of mud, and you see like straw sticking out. And hovering over this pile of mud and straw with the dilithium crystals that you are in search of. They're about foot and a half. They're about that long.
That seems like, yeah, it's like this long.
Yeah. They're about that long. There's a whole bunch of them piled into this little, what looks like a nest. And there is this creature huddled over it. It is definitely not the creature that you ran into at the security post. This is what looks like an organic mass of just flesh and bubbling humps, and the flesh looks like it's been popped open in one spot, and this bone is like sticking out in the elbow, and the face looks like it's been matted down or melted, and the eye is like disproportionate. Like there's one eye up higher than the other eye, and the jaw is kind of like hanging down. And there's two top teeth, first saber tooth, just kind of hang out. And it's got this gray, almost wet-looking skin.
Oh, okay.
And it kind of catches the attention of the doors open and looks up and kind of lets out this screech. And I need everyone to kind of roll initiative.
The kind of?
Yep. You can kind of roll initiative.
Kind of?
Does kind of mean that you cut it in half after you roll it?
I hope not.
I got a non-natural 20 for my...
A non-natural 20 for Beats?
Nice.
Same here.
Nice. Who's got the higher dex? Beats, what's your dex?
I'm pretty sure I do.
Dex is +3. It's a 16.
And Ronald?
18 plus
Okay.
4.
Quinn has 17.
Adriadne?
That's a strong 7.
Strong
Oh.
7.
Elias?
16.
Huh?
16.
Oh, okay. Did I say it right
Nice,
this
Fitz.
time?
Good.
It's Elias, right?
Elias.
Elias.
All the
I remember because we were using Demiplane. If you haven't heard of Demiplane, check it out, demiplane.com. To keep the notes, and Peter is keeping really awesome session notes on Demiplane, and he put Elias.
Literally.
And now it's stuck in my head now.
But I did it for me, and I just shared it with everybody else.
And then we'll auto roll their initiative. All right. Well, that's not too bad. You will get to go before, so all right.
This is a great initiative.
So, Hades, you're gonna be up, and then Beats, and then Quinn, and then Elias, and then this creature, and then Adriadne. You'll go.
Can I tell if this thing is hostile?
Oh, it has a very hostile stance. There's no talking to this thing. It doesn't. The animalistic, like, body language that it has, this thing almost appears very feral.
Very aggressive.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so
It wants to crunch.
I am going to produce my hand cannon.
The
I'm
time
ready.
has
Cannon!
come. Ronald's been waiting for. He's been waiting for this for way too long.
Yeah, this is our first combat encounter in the
Yeah.
entire
It is.
campaign, isn't it?
I am going to use my Magnus Opum hand cannon,
All right.
and I got a nice 18 for the attack.
Nice.
Yeah, that's going to hit.
All right.
Gonna beat its armor that way.
I kind of obviously I have my shield ready. My shield projector activates, and I
Okay.
fire, and I do a total of 14 radiant damage.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah, 2d10, man.
Yeah.
And I will try to get in front of our most squishy teammate, which is Adriani.
Okay. So as of right now, because you have a range of quite a bit of distance on this pistol, right? You're standing in the warehouse doors,
Okay.
and the nest itself
60 feet.
Nest itself is about 40 feet away, so you can easily hit it. And you do. You see, you take aim and pull the trigger, and you see that laser blaster fire out of that thing, and it just right into the chest of that. You see the light kind of penetrate in, and it leaves this like charred, burnt flesh wound on this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Brings us. Do you have any bonus actions or movement that you'd like to take?
Yeah, no, again, like I said, I just want to move myself in front of Audrey.
Okay. Adriadne, you are now can't see inside because he's and you're
Have a great view of his butt.
I clench.
Oh, he's scared. No.
She
That brings
casted
us
large
to
reduce.
Wow.
Yeah. And that brings us to Beats. Beats, what are you doing?
All right. After seeing Hades take a pretty good shot at this thing, he's gonna say, "You really showed that thing who's boss. I think you should keep it up." And I'm going to give him an inspiration die
Okay.
for as a bonus action, and then I'm going to follow suit, and I'm going to take a shot at it with my ion cannon.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
That is okay. 17 to hit.
Yep, that's going to connect.
All right. 4. As soon as that rolls. 11 radiant damage. And that will be my turn.
That's a D6 of inspiration, right?
Yes. For the next 10 minutes.
Gotcha. I need to find something to write it down on.
Okay. Do you have any movement or bonus actions that you would like to take?
Actually, I will kind of. I'll move opposite of what Hades had moved. If he kind of moved over to the left, I'll move to the right to kind of spread this thing's vision, so it's not focusing on everybody. It's kind of trying to decide where to go.
Okay.
So I'll move opposite of Hades a little bit.
Gotcha. All right, and that brings us to Quinn. Quinn, what are you doing?
So right now is this like a warehouse? So there's like boxes and stuff in the area, or is it something else?
Oh,
as
it
you
is.
walk in?
It is a warehouse. There's on the right and left hand sides of this 50-foot long, 30-foot wide warehouse. So it's a rectangle. There are stacks of crates that have been torn apart. So there's nothing inside the crates anymore, but the crates are still there.
Got it. Okay. I'm going to I think I'm going to run in. Have my glaive out, and so I'll probably. How far away are we from the creature?
The creature is 40 feet away from the warehouse doors.
Okay, so I'm gonna move 20 or I'm gonna move the full 30, my full movement in,
Okay.
with my glaive out, and I'm gonna ready my action to attack the creature when it comes into range for my glaive, which is 10 feet.
Okay, you don't have to ready your action because if you're moving 30 and it's 40 feet away, you would be able to swing at it.
Oh, okay, yeah, then that's a great point. So I am gonna do that.
Okay.
That's right, to think about it. Okay, here we go. All right, so we are looking at 17 to hit.
That's gonna hit.
Awesome. For
Come on, guys, let's murder this thing before it gets a turn.
11 points of slashing damage.
All right.
And then as my bonus action, I'm going to use my Polearm Master, which is my 1d4. It's like the other side of the polearm. And so I'll attack that. Whoa, and that was not that great. That was an 8.
That's additional damage, right? That's not to hit.
No, it is to hit. It's a separate attack. It's
okay.
a
Gotcha.
bonus action to attack.
So it's kind of like if
so-
you were to swing down and then swing back up with the other
Yep.
side of it. Gotcha.
Yep, it gives you the opportunity to make a bonus action melee attack with the opposite end of the weapon, the same one.
That's
Okay.
cool though.
Well, an 8
Yep.
is not going to hit. So as you kind of swing down, you do slice into it with your glaive, and you can see that this fleshy mass just kind of peels aside as you slice down into it. And as you're kind of pulling it up, your glaive kind of gets stuck in this fleshy mass, and you're not able to bring it out. So that you just kind of have to pry out the top part of the glaive.
As Quinn yanks out the glaive, he's gonna turn back to Elias. Elias, it is your sister. And then that's the end of my turn.
Well, Elias, you're gonna take a D4 psychic damage. No, I'm just kidding.
Defend your action being extremely disappointed in
Yeah,
Quinn.
I'm going to shoot in the melee combat and not care who I hit.
So, yes, you are up, Elias. You can retort, or you can carry on.
Or both.
Yeah, speaking is a free action.
Cool, thanks. I am going to use Hades' shoulder as a bracing point. So I'm gonna take my sun staff and grab the top end of it and kind of rest it on his shoulder, aim, and then shoot. So I'm not shooting into his back, or could risk happening to shoot him considering I'm behind him.
Right, so
Oh,
you're
no,
putting
pointy
the
ears.
you're putting the gun of the barrel ahead of his face. Gotcha.
Well, it's a staff.
Yes, I
but
know.
yeah.
Metaphor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so go ahead and roll your attack. The gun of the barrel. I said that totally backwards. The barrel of the gun.
The gun of the barrel.
That's an 18 to hit.
And so
The 18 is going to connect. Roll your damage.
Hades is just gonna like turn like
That is 6 radiant damage.
Okay. All right.
And then I'm going to step in and to the left
Okay.
That way I'm kind of like more inside the building itself. I'm not like in the doorway or anything.
Gotcha.
And then I'm gonna, if there's anything there to like not hide behind, but just kind of like station myself, like I'd have to jump over something to get to me. Any kind of cover, just move behind.
On the sides of the building, both the right and the left, which you left, there are empty crates that have been ransacked and torn through, but the crates are still standing there, and you could use them as cover. How much actual cover you're going to get from them? Dilapidated. They would provide a obstacle.
Yeah. Anything, so if it does happen to decide to run towards me, it has to get through anything to get to me.
All right. Well, as you shoot your sun staff, you see that radiant light and kind of melt through the skin of this thing, and it kind of flops down onto the ground, and you hear it erupt out this like yelping sound, this like sound, and it flops down on the ground, and it reaches its hand towards one of those dilithium crystals, and it grabs onto one of those dilithium crystals, and as its action, it's going to shove one of those crystals in its mouth, and you see the pink glowing light of this dilithium crystal kind of dim down, and you see these wounds that you have caused in it start to kind of heal. They haven't fully, like, it's not obvious that it's like you haven't done anything to it, but some of the wounds are beginning to kind of heal.
How big is this creature?
It stands, it was kind of hunched over, so as it's hunched over, it was about 5 feet tall.
Mm-hmm.
And then as it's kind of slapped down onto the ground and it's spread out, you can probably estimate that this thing, if it were to stand up, would probably stand about 7 foot tall.
Okay, so it's pretty tall. Cool.
And as you see this thing start to heal, you hear that yelping sound kind of... It's more bassy this time. It sounds more aggressive than in pain. And you can hear the sounds, the people that are outside can hear the sounds of those footsteps from those creatures that ran off.
Oh, shoot.
Coming back towards you, and as you turn, if you were to look, you can see 2 of them coming towards the warehouse at a breakneck pace.
I will scream, everyone inside and close the door.
But that does bring us to...
It's not like they walked out the door. Oh, hello, no, you first. No, you first.
Good evening. I am the monster you have found here. How are you doing today?
Hello, Monster C. I'm Monster B.
That brings us to Adrienne.
Okay. What kind of stance you got going on there, Hades?
I mean,
I believe
like,
as a gnome you can...
Like, I have my
occupy
shield like
space.
this, and I have my gun out like that, and...
Mostly worried about your legs. Like, if
Oh,
could I
I'm standing
crouch
straight.
down?
I'm standing straight up. I'm not crouching or anything.
Well, that's bad shooting position. But I will I will duck around your legs and be like, say hello to my little friend.
Oh,
And then I will use the finger gun spell, but with my whole tiny gnome fist.
Just Yu Hakusho.
I love it.
bang.
Okay, go ahead and roll your attack.
Let's natural 20.
Nice.
Nice.
Finger gun.
Well,
Okay.
being as this is the first combat, I don't know if I've explained this yet, but the way I do critical hits during combat is that you get maximum hit dice plus your roll. So
Nice.
whatever your maximum damage is, plus what you roll.
Nice.
So that's 12 points.
All right. That is enough to do it. So as you and shoot these magical finger gun things with your fists, you see these images of fists, kind of just like these spectral images of fists just flying through, and they just boom, 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 right into this thing, knocking it down. And it appears to be deceased.
Okay, yeah, then I'm gonna run inside
Okay.
and go to. Are the doors functioning? Like, power-wise, or would we need to manually close them?
You'll have to manually close them.
Okay, I'll go get ready to manually close one. Or,
Okay.
you know,
Yeah, they're like
try
those
to.
barn doors that slide on tracks. They just you
Mhm.
can slide them up, back and forth. That's gonna bring us back up to Hades. Hades, you are about 60 feet away from the two creatures that are running towards you.
Okay, so the only one that has to get inside is Beats, right? Or did he already walk inside?
Beats is kind of half and half in the doorway, right? On the right-hand side, because you went on the left, he went on the right.
Right.
Can't hear you,
Okay.
Matt.
So yeah, I went to the right.
All right, then I'm gonna take a shot at one of them, and I'm gonna get on my side to like get ready to close my side of the barn door. While he, I'm assuming he's gonna get ready to close his,
Okay.
and I'm gonna say, whoever has the crystals, get ready to send them up to the ship. And then I'm going to do Magnus Opum.
Is that the
19.
name of your gun?
Well,
Mhm.
That's what it's called.
That's what it's called. Like the
Oh.
hand cannons are called Magnus Opum.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
I got a 19 to hit. Not
That's gonna hit.
8 damage. Could have done better, but
Right. So as it's running, you see it kind of like it's running on all fours, kind of using its arms as extended legs, and just kind of
Mhm.
like doing that bestial, like it's running super fast. And you're
Right.
kind of taking aim, and you pull the trigger, and it kind of brushes through one of its shoulders. Do you have any bonus actions? You're gonna go inside. and
no,
get
I'm
ready
just
to
gonna
close?
walk inside and then start and then getting ready to close the door.
Beats.
I am going to ready my ion cannon, kind of step in the middle of the door, and I'm going to hold my action for everybody to come through. And I want to wait till that thing is like super close to us so that I can scatter shot it with
Okay.
the ion cannon.
Oh, so you're waiting for it to get in range.
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna hold your action for that. That brings it, and then you were the last one. You got inside, right?
Yeah, he was the last one to get inside.
Okay.
Yeah.
That brings us to Quinn. The doors are still open, and you can see this thing that is about 60 feet away from the warehouse door.
Okay, I'm going to take my glaive. I'm going to boy. This thing is dead, right? Or like it's down.
It's down, and it doesn't appear to be moving in any way. You're not 100% sure because it's not humanoid. It's got arms and legs and everything, but you can't tell if it's got lungs or what. It's not. You don't see any breathing.
Okay, I'm probably just gonna like make sure as the fighter here, like you gotta make sure. So make sure the enemy's down. So I'll probably stab at it again. I don't know if you want me to roll or
No, it's not movement. There's no way for you to miss.
it's still not moving.
Yeah.
Great. So I'm gonna stab down at it, and I'd use my action for that, if that's needed. And then I have a bag that I was carrying my concussion rifle in, like a duffel bag. And so, how many crystals? Like at a quick glance, do I get a sense of like, will these crystals fit into this bag, or should I start looking for the little scanner, like sensor scanner retriever thing that like teleports everything?
Yeah,
Yeah,
these
we
are
should
about a
talk
foot
about
long.
that.
There's 23 of them in this little nest area.
Okay.
Of the 23, after he sucked the light out of the one, there's
Yep.
actually only about 14 of them that have this glowing pink light coming.
Okay, I'll probably spend most of my turn just like taking them and putting them in the bag and taking my concussion rifle out of the bag and leaving it next to me.
Okay.
And then I'll yell, we got a dozen crystals here, and I'm just gonna start loading them in and for as much as I can during that 6 seconds.
Okay. Yep, you have enough time to get all of the lit up crystals in the bag and put your thing there.
Great.
Oh, and you also coup de grace this thing. And when you stabbed your glaive into it, you heard this pop sound like a balloon popping.
Just
And
what I
then-
wanted to hear.
It just the skin just kind of deflates, and there's this goo that just kind of like
Ugh,
piles up on the ground.
that's icky.
That's gross.
And it brings us to Elias.
So the things are coming. One thing's dead. Can I shut the door?
Yes, you can pull the door shut.
How close is the lead creature to the door?
They haven't had a chance to move yet since their last turn, so they're about 60 feet from the door.
They're still 60 feet. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna step up to the door. I'm gonna slam it. Is there anything nearby that I can like use to jam the door?
There's all kinds of pieces of wood from the dilapidated crates, some tools like shovels and pickaxes and stuff.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take like a shovel and just like stick it to like jam the door in some way.
Okay.
So it's gonna be like a little harder to open.
Okay.
And then move back to where I was, kind of get myself ready to attack anything that comes in.
So, as you pull the doors shut and you lock or shove that in there, that brings us to Adriadne. Adriadne, what are you doing?
Quick, Q, who does have all the teleportation crystals? Am I carrying those? Who's carrying those?
I think you are.
I think you are.
I was pretty sure I was. Okay, I'm going to run over to Quinn and be like, do you wanna teleport your whole bag, or do you wanna dump them on the ground first?
Can I answer?
Yeah, speaking as a free action.
I would tell her that we need to get to titanium still, and I think that will be heavier.
Yeah, no, it will.
But
Can
we
we
need to
only use these crystals once?
I thought we could only use them one time.
I
For
think you have to
charge.
charge them.
Oh, you have to charge them.
Yes. Also, yeah,
Okay.
the crystals are more important, so I'm a little
Okay.
more worried about.
Yeah, we need to get power to the ship as soon as possible.
I will acknowledge that I heard what you're saying during my non-turn.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'll be like, that sounds and that'll be the end of the.
Okay.
Um,
Go ahead.
if assuming all I did was run up and talk, and he said yes, I'm not gonna wait for an actual answer. I'm just gonna dump all the crystals in the bag so he can still have it for his gun. Then set up the teleportation thing.
As you dump the crystals onto the bag, Adriadne, you get a good look at them, and you see that there are about 14 of these foot-long and 4-inch diameter crystals.
Something like that.
I said,
Um,
I will shout out, save one out.
Yeah.
Okay.
You get a good assessment, and being the engineer and knowing how the warp drives work and the thing, you get a sense that this is enough to get the ship up, but not running. Like this is not going to be enough to produce faster than light travel. It's not going to be enough to get the ship to traveling condition. It'll power the systems, but it's definitely not going to allow the ship to go anywhere yet.
That's fine.
But
I'm
at
gonna
this
teleport
point,
those suckers.
okay, we're gonna set those crystals up,
Mhm.
send them up to the ship. Okay, so you set them
She did-
up. Go ahead.
She did set aside one, right?
Yeah, I saved
Okay,
one.
okay.
So you send 13 of them up to the ship. You set them up. There's this blue translucent cube that shows up, and then it just kind of electricity zapples. They disappear. And you are left with the 8 crystals that are just kind of sitting in your hand, and they look dim and unilluminated.
Alrighty, I'll gather them back up. Probably
And,
on my next turn.
Actually, we are out of combat order for now. As you hear the footprints kind of hit the sides of the doors and kind of start to pound on the doors, and then it just dissipates in quiet.
Okay. All right. I need my 2 people who are good at ships. I need you to check that flying craft there and see if it has a crystal. If it doesn't, use the one I told you to save to power it.
Cool. I'll
Yeah, I'm
trundle
gonna-
on over there and take a look.
Same. I'll help her.
Okay.
Alright. And I will wash the door with beats.
Okay. Beats and Hades are watching the door. What's Elias doing?
They were banging, and then did we hear them move away?
You heard bang, 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 and then it just went silent. Didn't hear any footsteps. You didn't hear anything else. It just stopped.
The wall is some kind of metal, right?
Yeah, it's like an aluminum or a tin. It's a very flimsy metal, not like solid steel.
I'm gonna put my ear to the wall and see if I can hear anything.
Okay, roll me a perception check. And Adrienne and Quinn, you walk over to this non-helicopter, and it does look like it's in usable condition. I need you to roll a tech roll
I will aid you.
and or a piloting roll to see if you can
Whoa.
figure out how to function this.
Or should I aid you, sir?
I think
Would I get my
think-
retro tech?
No, this is not retro.
Okay.
I'll aid you anyways.
Okay.
So you guys go ahead and roll that. What did you roll as your perception?
Roll a
Elias?
13.
13? Okay. You hear, as you kind of put your ear up to the metal, you hear the sounds of this, like, labored breathing and this bubbling and popping sound. And it kind of starts to kind of dissipate. And then you hear the sound of what sounds like this popping. That seems to kind of be going up the side of the wall that you're listening to.
Great.
Oh hell!
It's like a bad microwave oven.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at. I'm not gonna say anything, but I'm gonna look at Beats and Hades, and then just kind of like put my finger toward the wall, and then point toward like up, like coming down. Is there any holes on the roof?
You do see a skylight.
All right, I'm gonna move near the skylight and put my staff away, and kind of prepare myself to use a spell without, like, I want to use a spell if something comes down.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm gonna
Do I
drop
need to
the
tell you-
shield.
Do I need to tell you what spell?
Nope, you're just ready to spell if it's coming through the skylight.
Mm-hmm.
That's your trigger condition.
I'm gonna put the hand cannon up and then reach behind my back and pull out my standard carbine and look up and point up towards the ceiling.
Okay. Beats, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm putting my ion cannon up towards the skylight.
Okay.
I was like, I need a status report on that ship.
Wow, look at this, a rear view mirror.
Oh, lucky!
Quinn, Adrienne, what'd you roll?
I got a 24.
Yeah,
I helped her get
I
a
rolled-
24.
Yeah,
I contributed.
nice.
I rolled a
Yeah.
19.
So yeah, Quinn points out some of the features of the like this. Control this button here. This is what controls your pitch and your yaw. And Adrienne, you figure out these buttons turn it on. These buttons are. I think if this has power, we can fly this. You're pretty confident that between the two of you, you can operate this aerial transport.
I wanna power it up.
Adrienne, you walk around and you pull open what looks like a little fuel tank area, and there is a crystal in there, but it looks somewhat dim.
Well, that's okay. I'll take it out and put the other one in.
As soon as you do that, you hear the powering up of the system, and that thing is ready to go.
Guys, we have a flyy thingy.
Awesome. Everyone, like, I will one last sweep of the entire warehouse to see if there's any more glowing pink pals, and if there's not, then I will start
If-
ushering everyone to the ship.
Okay.
We could look around in the cars. He said there's like a bunch of cars parked in here.
Yep, there's
We
6
could
of
open
them.
them up and see if there's crystals in there.
Okay.
If you want.
Elias, can you help the others do that? And me? Oh no, you have a spell prepared, right?
Yeah, I'm ready
Okay.
for something to come down.
You guys do the,
Glenn-
you guys do the search, and we us three will keep our guns and spells triggered at the
I'm super happy with that situation.
So it
Okay.
might be in our best interest to kill whatever these things are and then look, but
I need Adriadne and Quinn to roll a d4. Each of you roll a
Okay.
d4. As they're doing that, Beats, Elias, and Hades, you see this tentacle-like appendage kind of squirm around the skylight, and you kind of see it rotate, and you can see these suckers with little like hooks on them kind of scratching across the glass, and you see it kind of make this really half-assed circle, and you see the tentacle kind of come up and then smack down on that circle that it scratched around, and the glass kind of shatters and falls down.
thanks, I hate it.
As that's happening, Elias, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Thanks, I hate it.
it's like
It's a 13.
Okay. So as that glass is falling, you feel something around your ankle, and you
Oh, God.
immediately are able to turn around and see another one of these abominations. They don't all look the same. They look like they are of the same species, mutation. They look similar, but they definitely don't look the same. This one kind of looks like at one point in time it has some cat-like ears, but there's only sections of fur where the rest is that gray blob of mass. There's a almost humanoid arm coming off this one with bone protrusions coming out. And you're able to kind of shake that before he pulls you towards him at the door. So there's one up and there's one here. Gonna have everybody roll initiative. But before we do, what did you guys roll?
Yeah, 2.
A 2 and a 1. So
1.
you find an additional 3 crystals hidden inside those cars.
I put them in my fanny pack.
As you find the last crystal, you pop the hood and you, oh yeah, and you pop it in there. You
I tried to
hear the
eat it like
glass
the creature
shattering.
No, don't do that.
Aw.
Quinn,
It
what are
tastes,
you eating?
I'm not eating anything.
it tastes
Take
very
it out of
salty.
your mouth.
Stop.
Well, I wasted a natural 20 on my initiative roll, so I got a 23.
Oh,
It's not a
Me
waste.
and
That's still
wasted.
a really high initiative.
I know.
I'm not gonna
could've had
lie.
them.
Me and Beat are like in sync because I have the 23 as well.
Oh my god.
I rolled a 19 and got a plus 4.
I just rolled a natural 19 too, so let's see what that is.
I did better this time.
All right, I'm at 21. Quinn's at 21.
Quinn is
Oh,
at
that's
21.
right. Cat's gonna be mad at me if I don't use the dice you got me.
I'm at 10.
Those are awesome die.
Yeah.
Elias is at 10. What did Adriadne get?
19
You-
this time.
Elias, you readied something though, right?
Yeah.
You are able to get that off at your choice, the skylight or the one that's in front of you now.
The one that's in front of me, if it grabbed me, I'm going to use it on that.
So go ahead and get that off, and then we're going to go through the initiative. Hades, Beats, Quinn, Adriadne, and then these. Oh.
Good luck with the fight, Joe.
No, I need my... Why are you black? Jan, don't do that shit to me.
So, come on, roll for me.
And I forgot I still have
There's a
inspiration.
14 hit, Joe.
A 14? Yes. 14
Great.
is going to hit.
So yeah, I use inflict wounds at level 1.
Okay.
But what happens with Elias is he like gets his leg caught and he pulls his leg loose and brings his arms outwards, and it seems like both of his hands are making different movements. And at the pin of each one of his like claw at his hands, where they're in like the armor pieces, it's just little pins of light, and he just grabs this thing by its head, like he's gonna like double slap it, but he just touches it, and like all of this like glowing light is under the creature's like skin and its face and its body, just like burning it from the inside. And it does 14
Boil it more.
Oh,
why don't you?
nice.
14 necrotic, but
but who's counting?
I mean,
It's
Hey.
inside of him, so it's fine.
yeah, it's
You feel
know.
like that is a very successful thing. You don't see any physical damage to it, but you feel like that spell definitely affected this thing. And that brings us to the top of the turn order. Hades, what are you doing?
I am hitting this thing with my standard carbine, the one that's attacking Elias, and I got a natural 20.
Nice.
Thank you, Cat.
You get your maximum hit die
Right.
plus your roll.
20.
And which one were you aiming at? The one in the skylight or the one in
No, I heard Elias like, or him getting attacked, and I switch over and I shoot the one that's attacking his leg.
And you hear boom, headshot.
Boom, headshot.
Just like
Confetti and children screaming "Yay!"
that. What is that's from Halo, right? The goblin.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
you get
Party,
the
yeah.
grunt birthday party skull.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens. The cat head just explodes, and this whole icky confetti comes out of its head.
Nice.
Yay!
And then I don't really have any bonus action stuff just yet, so just gonna look back up to the one in the skylight and end my turn there.
Okay, Beats, you're up. What are you doing?
All right. How high is the skylight?
About
tall is
20
this
feet.
building?
These are
About 20.
20-foot roofs. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm just about 5 feet shy, so I'm just gonna take a shot with my ion cannon at the one up on the by the skylight. Ooh, it's 18 and 5. That'll be a 23 to hit.
Yeah.
And 8 radiant damage.
So you aim your ion cannon and you boom, right through, and you actually hit a little bit to the right of the window itself, the skylight, causing the metal frame, like thin metal thing. You see a bunch of holes, and this thing collapses, and you see this almost squid-like creature fall down underneath the skylight. Now on the ground. Is it taking an additional or a wait, what's 20 feet? 4 per 10 feet, right?
It's a D4 or D6.
It's
It takes an
I think it's a
additional.
D. Whatever. I guess ouchied.
Have to look.
If you'd like, I can look.
I feel like this is an octopus that climbed out of
Every
its
10
tank.
feet is D6
Every 10 feet is.
to a maximum of 20 D6, which might be relevant. It's a big warehouse.
It's only 20 feet.
Alright, and that's gonna bring us to Quinn.
Okay,
this
so
thing is now on the ground.
I'm in the ship. And the ship is powered up. Actually, I'm not in the ship because I was just looking at the cars. So I just like slid the last thing in my bag, I guess.
Right as the glass was shattered.
As the gem is the glass shattered. Okay. I will I'll reach out then and I'll like in my bag I'll take and you'll see this huge concussion rifle pop open. And is it more than 20 feet away, would you say?
It's probably a skylight was right over, basically about 5 feet from the doors.
Okay.
So
It's
probably, let's see, 40 feet away minus 5 feet, about 35 feet.
within 160 feet.
Yes, definitely within 160 feet.
Okay. So I'm going to okay, so I'm going to go through.
Uh-oh. No! My Zoom quit.
Light up, light up, light up, light up.
I'm
And then-
still in the same spot, so I'm fine.
Let's just, we're gonna go ahead and... Our players have been moved around, but we're still good to go. So... yeah. Okay, what are we doing? Where were we at?
I was about to
Quinn.
blast a creature on the ground with a concussion rifle.
Concussion rifle went... Ka-choo, 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 ka-choo.
It makes concussion-y noises. Turns.
It does. It shoots and it goes concussion.
Doesn't cause concussions though.
No, that's way too serious.
Well, if you get a bad enough concussion.
It all depends, yeah.
Fun cushion.
You'd be like me and then just like, catch a football and end up on my neck and take a concussion.
Oh.
Woo!
I did that when I was in like 8th grade.
So what did
There's
you
a
roll?
reason-
Sorry, I rolled a. I should check. It's not my melee attack. It is 13 plus 2, 14.
Ooh, that's a good thing you had that plus
Or
2.
15.
Okay.
15.
yes.
Sorry, 15.
What?
That's not plus 2. That's plus 1. But it is plus 2. It is 15 to hit.
Yes, that hits.
Okay. Ooh, 2d8. Just rolled an 8. All right, 11 points of thunder damage.
Nice.
Thundercats.
Oh, thunder. Thundercats. Oh.
Yeah.
Lion-o.
So you take aim and you pull that trigger, and this thing just erupts into a mass of explosive biomaterial. There's just this gray octopus-looking wet material that just explodes onto the sides of the walls, and you hear that splat sound. That is that. That's the end. You're all out of combat sequence.
All right, I put the standard carbine in my back. I want to apologize,
How's
guys, for being a bit bossy. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. How's it look like we're getting out of this hangar, God? Like, where's the helicopter exit?
So the skylight, which is now broken, is wide enough. A pretty big skylight that you can maneuver this thing up out of the skylight, or you could open the doors, and the doors are wide enough that you could get the thing out.
I'll leave it up to Quinn. Do you guys have anything else you want to do in this super cool place?
Beats is going to approach Elias, and he's going to put his hand up on his shoulder, and he's going to, I'm sorry that we killed your sister. And he'll start heading towards the doors to help open.
His bird mouth opens and just watches him go, and he's like, and then just closes and doesn't say anything. Just like,
Because in Beats heard Quinn say something about your sister, and he's like, that's horrible. We killed his sister.
Episode 5 is going to be called Elias's Revenge.
Where he TPKs everyone.
Yeah. After throwing Quinn down the titanium mine.
Yeah.
All right. I want to do one last, investigation of the room. See if we can find any scraggling crystals. And
Go ahead and roll an investigation. And are you using like any kind of tools, or are you just looking with your eyes?
I'm using the scanner.
Gotcha. Okay, go ahead and roll an investigation.
Give me a second. So that is a total of. Sorry, it's dark in my room, guys. Investigation. That is 18.
Okay. Yeah, so as you power up your scanner and you kind of begin to scan, you get traces of the dilithium crystals. There don't seem to be any more crystals here, but as you're kind of scanning around, you start to get this really strong ping, this ping, 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 in a certain direction. And as you hold up your scanner, there's a really strong, intense, like, powerful ping in the direction of the power plant.
All right. Well, we got a nice flying ship, so hopefully these things don't have range attacks.
Was the power plant where we were before this building?
No,
No.
that was like a junction.
Yeah, that was the substation.
Okay.
And then you went
Okay.
to the security station. This
Okay.
power plant it almost looks like a nuclear facility. There's two very large towers on each side of it, and then there's this main building that's very massive. It's the biggest building in the entire complex.
Okay.
I tell Adriani to bring some of the dried up crystals just in case, because
Okay.
I'm sure we have some spellcasters that can charge them later.
Yeah, I know. Who could possibly do that?
I don't know. as I walk and hop inside the ship and get ready to take off.
Okay. So there's two
Let's go.
turbines on either side of this thing, and as Quinn, you begin to kind of pilot this thing up. It functions similarly to the chariot, so you're easily able to kind of figure out where the controls are at, and the turbines kind of rotate, and this thing lifts up like a Harrier jet and kind of begins to float around. And you're
Quinn
able to,
jet.
you're easily able to navigate this thing. Where are you taking it?
Well,
Well, I would tell everyone that I do get a stronger reading at the power plant. Sorry.
I didn't hear a word of that.
I
Sorry, Amy.
feel like she was definitely saying something I should have paid attention to.
No, I wasn't. I was just rooting to go to the power plant.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, as we pull up, I think, or pull out and up, I guess. I think I'm gonna just do a quick look. Do we have lots of squid moving creatures coming in on our location? Is it any of those terrible zombie movies where once you make a noise, everything starts coming in?
No, actually, as you kind of pull out and up, you get enough distance between you and the ground that you can see the facility and the town fairly well, and you don't see any movement. There doesn't seem to be any signs of any other creatures coming towards you.
Okay.
Looks fairly safe.
Okay. I'm gonna look back to the group. Quick check. Do we still have our slug throwers? You guys still
Yeah.
good with those? Revolvers, rifles, etc. Okay, good.
Hmm.
We're headed to the power plant. Hades.
A nice quick in and out jaunt.
Never gone bad before, and
Oh, yeah,
I'll see how fast this thing can go. I'll just punch it.
Okay,
Like, I think you overshot it.
roll me a piloting check.
What's the worst that?
Oh no,
Hey, 21.
that works.
Yeah. So you're able to, as you punch it, you shoot right past the power plant, but you're
Goodbye
able to
forever.
you're able to quickly kind of do a 360 and rotate the thing, and then come right back down, and you've kind of
Because
Hover.
we were alerted.
Before
Does
we
it come
land,
back to-
before I
What?
land, can I do a scan of the power plant to see if there's any movement or life?
Also, before we go in, I want to recharge our teleporting crystals.
Mm.
It's like a Jack in the Box.
there we go.
I know we probably kind of forgot about him, but I'd like to say the automaton did crawl on with us.
He's hanging on to the wing.
The automaton is like 3 CPO. He's there when you need him, and just
Yeah.
you forget about him when he's not.
Yeah.
I know so many languages.
C3.
C3PO.
C3.
It's okay. Gun barrel, 3 CPO.
Yeah, it's fine.
So you get to the power plant, and you start to do a scan, and the only thing that you're picking up is a very, very powerful reading for dilithium.
Okay.
There doesn't seem to be any
Yay.
organic life forms. No movement.
All right. How do you want to do this, guys? Someone stay with the Quinjet, and some of us go in, get some crystals, come back out, and head off to the.
How big is
titanium
this
mine?
place? Is this like a giant power plant?
Yeah.
It is massive. This is probably you're looking at probably a mile in diameter of the building itself. It's not like a square building. There's all kinds of offshoots, and it's a very unsymmetrical facility. But if you were to take the entire complex in a diameter, it'd be about a mile.
Okay.
Are there any types of sensors on this little ship?
all kinds of sense.
Just anything like living beings, creatures, things in the surrounding area.
The scanners don't reveal any organic life form.
Right.
How precise are the scanners on the location of the crystals or the energy sources?
It's not really giving you a location inside the facility. It's
Mhm.
just pinging that there is a very strong
something here.
source of dilithium from this.
Probably in the center.
Okay. Am I smart enough to know that the readings for the dilithium crystals could be masking any other readings?
Roll me a knowledge check. Thing.
Lord.
I mean,
intelligence. Yeah. What is the
It's an
History
intelligence check.
piloting stuff?
Or it could be a
Gaming.
technology check, maybe?
Tech?
or tech,
maybe?
yeah. The old tech.
Because it's like
Alright.
sensor
Tickety
related.
Acrobatics, keep it fresh.
Investigation, nature.
Roll me
Arcana.
acrobatics.
You
That
do
was
a
funny.
backflip so
Accidentally
good.
This
hit
would
the sensor
actually
that
probably be an Arcana check.
Arcana.
Ooh.
Okay. That's
Okay, nah.
19. Wait, no, sorry. That's 18.
18.
Get spelly with it.
Yeah.
Okay, so the you would be smart enough to know that the strength of this signal, it is quite possible that this is masking any and all other signals that the scanners would be able to pick up, because it's almost like it's overloading.
Right.
This
Okay.
this signal that you're picking up for this dilithium is just almost off the
Okay.
charts.
Okay, then never mind. All right.
It's never easy.
Right. So, Quinn, if you can land this thing somewhere in the yard, keep the engines at a bare minimum, because I don't know if these things can sense the dilithium crystals or not, and I don't want it to because I'm pretty sure there's other stuff in that power plant.
I mean, when I was fighting that thing, it ate the crystal right in front of me. It ate the whole thing and then started regenerating.
Yeah.
They might
They
have
can-
a huge
they-
nest in there.
Yeah, I think we're going into, we're going to somebody's house.
Right.
Also, is dilithium is it dangerous
It's like radiation.
to beings? Yeah, exactly. So if you get too much radiation, it becomes a
No.
problem. Would this be a problem?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Hey, Mr. DM.
Yes.
Is there any position on the top of the roof of this building where we could actually land the vehicle?
Mhm.
Like enough space where we could land the vehicle? And then
There's
come
no
down from
official
above?
helipad or anything like that on top of
No.
the building, but there's a large enough flat surface on the roof of the main facility that you could
Okay.
land it there, provided
That's
that
even
it's
better.
strong
That's
enough to
good.
hold the.
That would be an idea that way we can
That's
look down at whatever
better.
we're looking at before it
Yeah.
can climb up after us, and things climb up after us. We can just get back in the ship and fly away.
Right.
So I think
well.
who knows anything about power plants?
I might.
Says
Me?
Quinn to the group. Where do they put the raw power before it gets made into power? We should
Probably the center of the place.
park near there. Can you park ships? Do you park jets?
Can I
A
make
land.
can I make a
Land
guess?
jets.
Can you make a what?
Can I make a guess considering the layout of the facility where they might keep certain things?
Yeah, being an engineer and kind of knowing your way about power sources and stuff, you would be able to identify that in this facility, it does look like Elias is right. It would probably be in the very center of the facility, because a lot of the cooling ducts and pipes lead towards this.
Wait, really? I was just shut in the dark. I was like, that's in the center of the facility.
Yeah, it's in the center.
Ah,
then-
don't be so modest, man.
Final question is the pilot. Are there guns on this thing?
There do seem to be not like guns. There's no ballistic guns. There's no
Okay.
laser photon torpedoes or anything like that. But there's a
Shoot.
mining laser that you could use as a weapon.
Mm. Duly noted.
Can we just cut the building in half and then go
I
in?
was definitely gonna consider that. I
Cut
will
our travel time in half. I mean,
Yeah, I just think getting the titanium's got a lot easier. I will Okay, so I will bring us down and tell them we're gonna do a hot landing on the top over here, and I'll point out the window. And I'll take some rope and I'll toss it to Hades. So Hades now has my 50-foot rope, in addition to whatever he has. And then I will bring the ship in for a landing. And then, yeah, if there's any like flashlights or anything on the ship or like any spotlights or anything, I'll just like move them around and just try to see if there's anyone, if any of us are looking, if there's like any chance we can see movement in any of the windows or on the floor or anything, just try to make it a little bit easier. I'm not sure actually what time is it right now. Like what part of the day is it right now on the planet?
Well, it's like I'm pretty sure we established binary. Right? So when we were on the other side, one of them was setting and the other one was about 11 o'clock.
Oh, got it. Okay.
So it's kind of moved. It's probably about 1 o'clock. With the other sun being gone, one's at 1 o'clock.
Got it. Okay. Perfect. So yeah, so I will I'll drop us down and then yeah, we're ready to roll.
So the Quinjet lands and kind of hovers about 2 inches off the platform. All set.
All
What
right.
to do?
I take my standard carbine out and I start looking around to see if I can find any skylights or vents to get
Okay.
inside.
Yeah. So you kind of walk around the perimeter of this and you see a little staircase that leads down onto the next level, and on the next level there's a door that leads to the facility.
All right, now radio. I found the door, guys.
Let's go in it.
I'm gonna
Is it-
I'm gonna kill the Quinjet so it doesn't like take off or anything. So I'll land that if it's not like off already. And then if we're all going, I'll lead and I'll have the glaive out.
And Beats will move close to Quinn so that he can kind of, with his thermal sight, try and pick up any movement
Okay.
that he wouldn't be able to see.
So you've got your thermal activated right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Elias, Adriani, where are you guys?
I'm behind Beats. Well, I'll cover our rear.
Okay.
I'll cover our
No,
rear.
well, maybe when we get on, yeah, that sounds good. I'll be like next to last, and
Okay.
yeah. I guess we'll probably bring that android thing with us.
Yeah, the
The
automaton.
bot. Yeah, the
Automatoid-
automaton.
Sure, we want to bring that? Because how fast can it move?
It can keep up with you.
Okay. I don't want it.
It's got the
Even-
box for
Because if
all
we
our
find a
gear.
bunch of
Even with the cart,
Got
it's
a
just like,
dimensional box.
Our loot bot.
if we find a bunch of like crystals, it would be super convenient if we
It's
just
When it
the,
blows
toss
up,
them in the
all of our
box.
items go up in the air and they all have different colors, like gold, orange, like Borderlands.
Yeah,
Automaton of holding.
yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, I'm gonna be right toward the front with my staff out.
So we got Quinn, and then Beats, and then Elias, and then Adriani, and then
right.
so Quinn,
And
as
somewhere in the middle, the crate bot, our loot bot.
the crate bot, the automaton actually folds up into a little like coin-sized thing that Beats can carry with it.
But then what about the box?
Boxes and
That's
oh,
fucked up.
Even the box can box itself.
Wow, it's more than meets the eye, huh?
I was like, oh man, it's a mini con.
Mm-hmm.
on one side it has the Decepticon logo, but on the other
Yeah.
side it's got the
And when
Autobots.
you
Oh my
flip
God.
it and you see which automaton you're gonna get.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Wait,
like-
is it
it's like
Laserbeak?
a
Is it just
ghost
Laserbeak?
face.
Is Beats just Soundwaves and like the loot bot is just Laserbeak?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Someone come back and is like, "You're not Matt Damon."
So Quinn, you walk up to the door, and it is unlocked.
Oh, that's always a great sign.
That's convenient.
Now,
Sweet.
the planet.
You
ninjas
do
are here.
see that there is a what are those things called? Like a little scanner box next to the door where you would have to scan
badge in or
a
whatever.
badge or something to unlock the door and open it, but it seems to be offline. And the door is unlocked and slightly open. It's not like open, but it's like not clicked shut.
Okay. I'll open it.
As you slide the door open, because sliding doors,
Gosh, doors.
you are hit with a smell of like wet, dank swamp smell.
Oof.
And
Swamp crotch.
I think I was right.
the sounds of like dripping and like it's just it sounds like the jungle out there has made its home in here. It's dark and you can see a staircase like the metal grating that kind of leads down into the darkness.
I'll probably have my retracted glaive in my hand then, and then I'll have my flashlight in my other hand, and I'll flashlight out.
I was like, turn off the flashlight, and then I'll take a moment. My eyes go like full black, and then back to normal, the normal green, and boom, 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 dancing lights happens. As
Oh,
they,
nice.
Brad.
as I think-
Put my mag light back.
Yeah, 2 orbs in the front and 2 boards in the back.
Okay.
Cool.
And that,
AA batteries last a little longer.
Hey Joe, is there enough light outside where we can, like, if we move into this area, we'll be able to see the doorway?
oh yeah. Oh yeah. If you go inside, it's not an immediate darkness. There's enough natural light bleeding in that you can see the staircase and you see that it leads down into the facility. Probably see about 60 feet down.
No, I mean, like, if we're inside the building, we can see this door.
If you leave the door open, yes.
Okay, are we leaving
Should
the door
we, like-
open or shutting it?
Yes,
Yeah.
in case we have to run with the lights
What
off.
did you just say yes to?
Leaving the door open.
Okay. We are not staying with the ship, correct? I was not
Correct.
planning to.
Joe, I'm gonna cast light on the inside of the door.
Ooh, good idea.
Okay.
So if for any reason it was to shut, there would be light coming from that point.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
It's a cantrip, it just lasts, so
Nice.
There's a nice glowing light right on the top right part of the door frame.
Okay.
I trust you, but I don't trust you as the
Why ever would
I've
you say
played with you
something
long.
like that, David?
I'm just saying.
I've played with you long enough. I know.
I trust you, but I trust you. All right, I'm if
For
we're
any shady
if-
business.
if we're moving, I'm ready.
Okay.
I'll lead the way.
Yeah, let's go.
I'll be
So you
keeping an eye out.
Start going down the staircase, and this seems like a fire escape of some sort. You're in this little hallway that leads down, and it leads down several stories, and every 2 flights of stairs is a level of the building, and they are labeled with the floors. The first one that you come to is 5. Down, and you get 4. 1, assume are below that. I don't want to assume which level you're off on. But as you get to the first one, and you can see all the way down, because of this light cantrip, you can see all the way down bottom of this fire escape hallway. You can see that the 3rd floor from the bottom is the door is open, completely open. See that there's a room in there. The other doors are all shut. How would you like?
I vote we don't go in the 3rd floor door.
Very well. Do you know which floor the power would be at?
God, which floor is the power at?
You can assume that this part of the facility is mostly going to be offices, and that you need to make your way through to the center of the facility in order to get to where the power is. All power.
So like floor.
Would it be up, or would it be on the ground floor, or?
It would be safe to assume that it's probably on the ground floor.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, couple choices. We can either try to sneak past door number 3, or 3rd floor door, or we can go into one of these doors and try to find a different stairway down to the ground floor. Well, we got to get to the ground floor.
Joe, how far away is the door from us? The third door that is shut, is open.
These are all 10 feet.
Like, how far from us is it?
The hallway that you're in is a 30-foot rectangle, 30 foot by 20 foot. So the staircase comes down and then loops around and goes down onto the final landing where the floors are at. So when you come down off that stair, the door is right there in front of you, like 5 foot. And then the staircase wraps around, goes down 5 feet. That makes it. Does that
Oh.
answer your question?
Okay. So on the third floor, the door that goes into the hallway is open,
Right.
which we would have to pass by that doorway.
You'll either have to pass by it or go in.
Okay, I'm gonna pull my vibro knife and just kind of peek.
Okay, so you're headed down to the third floor and peeking in the open door.
I mean, if we're all heading down, right?
Well, I
have a
just
giant
asked
glaive.
if that's do we want to do it? Because if the door's open, I'm worried there might be something in there, but we might be able to find a different stairwell if we go in
To be
one
fair,
of the
the
floors.
door up there was open, so
Well, it's only open a little bit. This one being open, like
But this
a
is
lot.
like it's the doorway from the stairwell into a hallway. Like we have to pass by it to go down to the 0 floor.
Unless there's another stairwell somewhere. Like a lot of these things, these buildings mirror each other a lot. So if we go into an upper floor, walk across, the door in the other stairwell might be closed, which would make it so we don't have to sneak through or past the open door.
I'm gonna look back at Quinn because you have the glaive.
This place creeps me out, man.
I mean, if we get down to the bottom floor, we could probably get through here faster. It depends. Do you guys want to go faster, or do you want to spend more time being sneaky?
well, I could just throw the rope over and we can just rappel down.
I don't know. I think we like to look down the hallway and see if there's anything there, and if there's not, just shut the door.
I'll go. I
Okay.
can do that. I will. Ooh, I'm not very stealthy. I will attempt to be stealthy.
Okay, roll
Well,
your
if you're not
stealth.
stealthy, I can take the lead on this because I'm not wearing any armor.
I feel like, just in case things go poorly, the guy with the big stick should go.
Okay.
Beats, before
But
you do
he's-
it, Beats will
You
put
both
his
have big sticks.
Beats will
That's
look
true.
at Quinn and say, "You can be one with the shadows," and he'll give you his last bardic inspiration.
You have a D6
I'll,
to add to that.
All right. I'll look at Beats and say, "Thanks, Beats. That's kind of weird, but okay." And I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use that bardic inspiration.
Or dispower you.
Ooh, nice. All right. So 17.
So Quinn,
That's
you
good. That's good.
take
So
your time walking down these metal grated steps, and you're fairly quiet. Nobody hears him stepping on this metal, and it's almost like somebody's wearing sneakers and being very careful to not make noise down. And you approach the door that's open, and you can kind of look in, and you see that this opens up into what looks like accounting offices or like financial offices for the facility. A lot of the doors are also flung open. You can see that a lot of the rooms have big windows in them, so you can see into the rooms. It looks like it's been ransacked. It looks very post-apocalyptic. There's not a whole lot on this floor. You don't see any movement.
Okay. First of all, my sneakers are tactical carbonic chucks. Is what my sneaky sneakers are.
They're
Yes.
Crocs.
Crocs. Tactical carbonic Crocs. When they get wet, they squeak a little. And okay. And I'll
They're really sneaky when they're not wet.
my feet are sweating. I don't think I should go.
Oh,
So good. All right. So I'm gonna is the door I afraid to ask about the door. Is the door one that can be easily closed?
Mhm.
Is it one of those manually involved closing doors like the olden days, or is it like a beep, press the button, door closes?
It would be a beep, push the button, door closes, but there's no power to the facility, so you're gonna have
hanging
to
out in the wrong
manually.
spots.
How can the power plant have no power? That doesn't make
Well,
sense.
it does have the
John.
power. It's just all in one spot.
It's not hooked up power.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. I
problem.
will. I'll look back to the group, and I'll say, "All clear," and then I'll close the door. I'll work to close the door.
Okay.
Ooh.
It closes fairly easily.
Okay.
Slide it shut, and you're able to do that without causing too much noise. Just enough that you know you're sliding it. It's just that
Got it.
loud echoes, bangs.
Okay. Cool. And then I will not stealthily go back, and we're gonna keep going down.
Right.
I'm gonna look up and just check on the door that had light cast on it.
You can still see the light, and you can.
Okay. I'm gonna keep going down.
So you get down to the next level, and it starts to feel warmer. Not
Okay.
drastically, but you can feel a temperature changing. It feels a little
Okay.
bit more warm, and it feels a little bit more humid. And then you keep going, and you get down to the ground floor,
Mhm.
and you feel this almost damp wetness on the ground as you're at the bottom floor, like stepping in wet carpet.
Oof. I can't sneak any more of my Crocs, you guys.
It's like Pete. Pete standing on Pete.
Before we keep going, I'm gonna look up. Is the door still open?
The bottom floor door is not open.
The
No,
top.
no,
I'm
the
looking
top
up at
door.
the.
The very top door, yes.
yeah,
That is still
yeah.
open. You can still see the light cantrip is still.
Okay. All right. You guys ready?
Waiting on you.
Before I open the door, is there like a general map or something like you are here? Thanks for coming to the power plant. Like
It
you're
just says ground
entering.
floor.
Wow.
And
shit.
and my thermals are not picking up anything through the doors or
Not yet,
down.
no. It's
always
all
okay.
it's all pretty
Not
much.
yet. What do you mean not yet?
You haven't caught anything
We still
yet.
got 30
Guys,
minutes
I
in
don't
the
like that.
stream.
I don't like it either.
It's like, well, you never said you opened your eyes. You just said that you had your thermovision on.
I have played with the DM. So
It's so funny. Okay, I will put my, what kind of door is it? Is it like just a, again,
same
is it
thing.
just a
Slide it
same
open.
thing? I'm just gonna slide it open,
Yep, and it slides
And-
easy.
and I'll turn back to the group and say, I can't wait till we get back to the Banneker and have doors that freaking work.
No.
Oh man, life's small luxuries. And then I'll turn in with my glaive and keep moving.
Okay. As you slide the door open and you turn to tell the group this, and then you look back, you are met with a very overgrown floor. Like, this looks green, and there's vines that are kind of hanging, and it looks very dim and dark. And you can see kind of this light reflecting off the floor, and you can assume that that's the water that's reflecting the light. And you can see about 60 feet ahead of you, another 10 feet to the right, there's an open door where you can see the pink glow coming through.
All
Oh,
right.
hey guys. I think that might be where the crystals are.
All right. I know
Is
you're
there
from
any-
the Midwest part of town.
Are there any other doors?
There is another
Gnomes
door on
have
the
a Minnesota
opposite side of the
All
room.
gnomes do.
room that you're in, or that you've opened up.
Each and every one.
Okay.
Ace
All right.
gnomes.
We're going to move very slowly to the open pink glowing room and take a peek. That sounds good?
Are you trying to move stealthily?
I would prefer that.
Yeah. As a
I need
Group
everybody to roll. We're going to do a group roll, so I'm going to add all your rolls
boy.
together, and I have a DC set, so
We are
everybody roll
certainly
stealth.
trying.
Oh.
All right.
DC 50.
Oh
Well, the
boy.
good
But-
news is I get to roll
Insert?
2 dice.
You're
I get to roll
rolling
2 dice. It's just I get to pick the worst.
I got 16.
Okay.
You got Big Beats got a 6.
Mm.
Wow. At disadvantage, I got a 13, but my other was a 19. So, but I 11 and 19. So I a 13 total to stealth.
Okay.
I got a 16.
I think that meets that. What'd you roll?
I
Amy?
got 11.
Okay, yeah.
11.
You're able to move through this this room. The only sound you create is the little tiny sloshing sounds as your feet move through this half-inch thick water settling on the concrete. And you turn the corner and you kind of see that this double door opens up into a massive room, and you can see a iron circular handle. It's a
Railings?
yes, railing. Thank you. There's an
Gotcha.
iron railing all the way around this massive 60-foot tall crystal that is glowing bright pink.
Whoa. If we put that on the ship's gonna be like, like
Or it's gonna be
I
like,
bet it could fit
Yeah.
it in the cargo hold somewhere. Maybe
Yes.
sideways.
it lands on some poor guy looking at the other crystals.
We're like,
Splam!
Hey, we're sending a crystal.
Clears a
They
cargo
found
bay.
one crystal. These guys are worthless. And boom.
These guys are worthless. Hey guys, where's my Crocs?
So this looks exactly like you remember the way the crystals were slotted into the cars and slotted into the aerial transport device
Mhm.
on helicopter. This is like a massive version. Massive version of crystal. It looks like they
Could
dug
we
this-
send this to the ship?
Have I ever seen a crystal of this
We have
nature
to-
this big?
You have not seen a crystal like this in person. You have read about them.
Hot
Rare
chicken
finds.
shit.
this would easily be enough to power the ship for like
A while.
Ever.
Until the next time we find a satellite.
Yeah, so next time
and investigate Dave's emails.
yeah.
The original No Man's Land. We just start from the beginning. Every planet. So like, will we be able to transport this to the ship, or
Well, you would,
You can certainly try.
but your transport crystals have already been used, charged.
Oh,
Oh, I mentioned I wanted to recharge them.
Oh, did you?
Did I not?
Yeah.
How do I do that?
yeah, during the flight she wanted to
Just
recharge
cast a
them.
level 9 spell and they're totally recharged.
Not
Yeah.
worth.
You do have to use at least a level 1 spell to charge them.
Okay. I'll use that other spell slot of mine.
Could we dump
I just
like
cast
multiple
something at it, I
cantrips
don't
inside
know.
it instead?
Cantrips don't seem to have enough power. You could dump cantrips in there, they just don't seem to stick. It has to be
What
at
if
least
we
a level
all
1.
casted a cantrip at it at once?
Cast a cantrip called
It would
concussion
blow up.
rifle.
Oh, well, we broke it.
Yeah. So you did power those up on the trip over here. So yes, you can easily use the transport crystals to get this on.
Okay, though, but someone else is gonna have to spend a spell to power these up again if we find titanium. Okay.
And
No, we'll just take that up with us with the robot, the loot bot.
Okay.
Or
Now
we can
we're-
take a rest.
everything that we are shipping up, we're sending to what area of the ship? Are we sending to like the cargo,
cargo
bay
hold.
area?
The cargo
okay.
area, yep.
So would Beats know that this thing would fit in the cargo hold?
There's plenty of room in the cargo
Okay.
bay of
Yeah.
the.
All right.
I will go ahead and try to radio the Banneker. Is communications still not up?
Communications are not working. So
Shit.
you try to radio and you get a little bit of.
All right. I thought they would have at least had the crystals we sent in before.
Just
plugged
say
in yet.
BAC. for
Can
big
I,
a-
like,
big-ass
email
crystal,
somebody,
just so they
like-
can-
Email someone.
Hey, Adriadne,
You could attempt to use your
Yeah.
datapad, yes.
could we like ship this to like send it to the ship, power the ship, and then just like shoot it off the ship? Like, do we need to keep it on the ship?
God.
Like, can you eject the crystal? Like suck the energy
Like,
out?
suck
And
the energy out and
Like,
then
can
just
we, like,
eject it?
shoot out the energy and then eject the crystal?
it's like a gusher.
Yes,
Just
you
take
know,
the best part,
Adrienne,
and
that
then
the
you
only
toss the
reason you
rest.
need these crystals is for the magic they contain to power up your engines. You don't actually need the physical crystals. You need... It's like having a battery and taking the charge out of the battery and putting it in the thing, and then get rid of the physical back.
I mean, yeah.
Okay, then yeah, let's get this thing up there.
I'm
No,
going
I just
to.
want to warn everybody, like, hey, there's gonna be a big gigantic.
No,
crystal.
I
That's
am
their
going
problem.
to email the doctor. I don't know if there's a way for like to be like, alert, you should look at this right now. I'd be like, what? Should we give him like 10 minutes?
So you have a data pad and you have the email address of the doctor or the communications of the doctor, and there is a way to tag a message as priority. However, because
There's no
of
power
the
right now.
because of the systems and the way communications work on board the ship, she may or may not see that email on her data pad.
She turned her read receipts off, so you're never gonna know.
Did you at least put BAC in the comments section?
The title is BAC,
Okay, good.
and then the body of the email shall say, "Hello, doctor. We found a rough dimension inserted here of the crystal.
60 foot in diameter.
I know it's 60 foot, but I don't know how round.
How tall? Yeah.
We found it, and we would like to transport it up to the cargo bay, but you should probably get people out of the way. Please respond as soon as you see this."
Okay, so you've sent that off.
Mhm.
Okay.
Great.
So
Well,
if you want,
everyone.
we can just wait.
I don't think we should wait. I think we should start finding a way to place these teleporters
Start
around
prepping,
because
Oh yeah, at least get it set up. Good idea.
yeah.
You only need to place the 4 on the bottom because the other 4 will automatically go up to the maximum height.
Cool.
Okay. Before we do that, do we have did like the mining gear or something? Do we have like a welder with this?
I don't think you notated that you grabbed a welder. You did
Okay.
find some mining equipment, but very archaic axes.
I have a welder.
Do you?
Yeah, it's tiny. It's in my fanny pack.
Just a little
Right next-
butane torch. Or...
You are precious, and I will cherish you forever. Before we send it off, because I'm assuming if we just blips out of existence for a hot second, it's going to alert someone. So what I want to do is take her welder and weld these doors, especially the one that's right next to this room, and then go up the stairs and weld each of those doors, and so that when I'm assuming the creatures sense that, oh, our power source is gone, and they start trying to rush in this area, we can just run up to our ship.
Only problem with that, the welder's probably gonna make a lot more noise because it's welding.
Give off heat signatures.
It's gonna be like on every door.
Well, it might not be like horribly detectable from the other side of the door.
Yeah.
I have a kind of a tech question. How are these things activated? Is there like a remote, or is it once they're all 4 set, you have to push a button on the? Because I didn't know if somebody could, the rest of the team can start moving, and then whoever stay behind hit it.
I'm pretty fast. I think if you guys start heading up that way, I'll press the button, and then like you just, once you get to like the fourth level, just radio me that you're at the 4th level, and then I'll press the button, collect all the cubes, and run up the stairs.
So the Omni tools that you all carry, they can be activated by the Omni tool. So you could set them, walk away, throw a bunch of stuff in there, and the button on your Omni tool.
Set it and forget it.
What we would lose the crystals though.
Yeah.
No. I'm saying I'll stay down here. Once you guys are at the 4th level stairwell, radio me that you're there. Then I'll press the Omni tool, teleport it, collect the teleport crystals, and then run up the stairs. Because I'm pretty tanky. I can.
So
if
separate the
comes
party.
I would think we would
Exactly.
like position people.
Yeah, so Beats would
Yeah.
stay about halfway to kind of provide cover for both sets of stairwells. Like I can shoot up or shoot
like
down.
each floor have someone ready to go.
And as we move up, everybody will be collected. So
I might stay down with Hades just in case something goes wrong with them down here.
You don't have any spells left, do you?
The OG ones.
You don't have any spells left, though, right?
Not like actual spell slots, but I have cantrips. Finger guns is cantrip.
Yeah, I would. Not that I don't believe how good they are, but I would trust the guy with a glaive to support Hades more than finger guns.
I'm not here to support Hades per se. I'm here to support the technology if something happens. I want
Oh,
to stay down here in case they break or short circuit or something.
So then
Fair
why don't we
enough.
just stay here as a group? That we'll hit the thing, and then someone will just pick you up, and then we'll all run up the stairs.
Exactly.
That way we don't split the party.
I will still move one floor up to provide cover.
Because
So,
I'm really waiting for us to split
Yeah,
the group and then
I'm-
like hit it, and then every door gets kicked in, and suddenly everybody's alone.
Would I do something like that?
Yes.
Yep.
I'm not
Yes,
saying you would do something
100%.
like that, but I'm not saying you wouldn't do something.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Then we'll set the crystals. Everyone's here except for, Beats, who's at the, aiming at the stair rails upwards. So everybody ready to run?
I-
As this is happening, I
Yeah,
will
but I'm-
activate. Sorry, go ahead.
no, I'm still waiting for an answer to my email.
Yeah, you
I'm
haven't
going
gotten
to.
anything yet.
What is with this customer service on the Banneker? They're terrible. I'm going to activate the log keeper that I have,
Okay.
which is very expensive, and it can track up to 72 hours of audio. And I had used it in the past buildings, but not in B15, which I should have. And I'm going to, as we're getting ready and as Hades is setting this stuff out, I'm just going to tell it that we found a small cache of dilithium crystals. We sent them back to the Banneker. We've now found an extremely large dilithium crystal. I'll lay out the approximate size. Say that we're looking to send it back, but we also, in order to get this, had to put ourselves right in the core of a power plant. And then I'm going to say, like, so everything that follows is going to be what happens is the events afterwards. And I'm just going to like lay it out where it is and then keep it running.
Okay.
And then it hears our last words of and then it's just static.
Oh,
Are you sure?
beans!
Are you sure those aren't the explosives?
All right. It's like 3, 2, 1.
No, I'm not gonna
When you
quit.
say 2, Adriana, you get a boo-doo-doo, and your data pad
Yes.
pops up,
Word attack.
and you get your email receipt. Not able to read it before he pushes the button. But he pushes the
son
button,
of a-
and it goes, and is
What does
teleported
the
on board.
email say?
And the email says, "Affirmative. We've cleared out the cargo bay, and your crystal or your transportation crystals are ready to go."
Oh shit.
Hit him in the shin. I'm like, dude!
I was like,
what if they weren't ready? You could have crushed people!
I heard it at the last second. I didn't have time. My finger was already in mid momentum.
The plan was to wait for the response, man!
I'm literally like picking her up while and start and just like piggybacking her and just like running with my cannon, well not cannon but standard carbine.
Just
Sounds
yelling
like this
at
thing
you
is-
as we're running up the stairs.
Oh god, that's loud. Sorry.
Okay, I can't hear it.
Oh, I'm not sharing. Okay.
Sharing is caring though.
Must have stopped the audio sharing, which means you're not hearing the soundtrack that's going along with all this
No.
awesome action either.
I haven't heard most of it, to be honest.
All right, I don't want to blow
I
your
heard some
eardrums out
earlier.
either.
It's alright. I'm listening to like lo-fi chill beats from YouTube, so it's okay. Even the combat, it's like, yeah, everything's cool.
I
It's-
can
it's-
So,
Very
as
good.
the crystal teleports and disappears, the facility goes like, and you see this red like, and an alarm starts going off.
The klaxons go off.
Woot, woot.
Beats like, time to go, guys, time to go.
Yeah, collecting the crystals.
And you all feel
Taking
the
it
ground
back.
underneath you start to kind of shake and shimmer.
Oh no!
And you can hear in the other parts of the buildings, like things falling off desks, glass shattering, like something is happening.
Stairs, 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 stairs,
Yeah,
stairs,
full
stairs,
sprint.
stairs.
Yeah, like I collect the crystals. I pick up Audrey and piggyback
I have a
ride her,
backpack.
and I got my gun out and running up the stairs.
Okay.
I'll be the last one to go.
Taking up the
I'll go
rear.
first.
But then yeah, I'll take up the rear and then.
So you bolt up the stairs and and the door is still open at the top, and the cantrip light is still going off, and you burst out into the sunlight, and you see your Quinjet is still there. The entire facility around you is starting to kind of collapse in on itself, and you can see in the distance the rest of the town. There is a chasm opening up, perpendicular to where that bridge was at. So there was that chasm that you crossed, the lava. There's another chasm that's just kind of cracked across, and you can see the security facility is about half standing, while the rest of it has fallen into this chasm. And you can
Need
see
to go.
Quinjet.
But like the other,
You guys see that building?
the other side of the other side of the bridge is still good, kind of where the train rail was, our
Yep.
ship was, and all. Okay.
All right, I'll say let's ride. I'm booking it to the Quinjet, and I'm starting the cycle this thing on,
Okay.
and telling everybody, buckle up.
So everybody runs over there and gets to the Quinjet and is able to get in on board as Quinn fires it up, and it lifts up off the platform. And as it lifts up off the platform, the building collapses in underneath you.
Shit.
And you can see the ground shaking and shimmering. And underneath this facility, as all the metal and the concrete is all collapsing into this massive hole, there's this pit of lava underneath where everything's just kind of falling in. And it seems like this crystal and this power plant were kind of keeping this area like solidified.
Tact.
Stable?
Yeah,
yes.
stabilizing the weather.
What's
the
the
ground
oh
somehow.
man, that was a low bearing crystal.
Could have just been keeping the system running that keeps the thing up.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like one of those like evil layers that like sits on top of the water, or sits like the from like the Justice League, like the head comes out of the swamp, but it's like the head comes out
Oh,
of the
the Legion of
lava.
Doom?
It's-
Yeah.
Yeah. So we took the crystals, now it's just like
So yeah, you're hovering in the Quinjet. The massive dome that covers this town that was already broken through. You could see, you can see that the weather above is starting to kind of get cloudy, and the clouds are rolling in, and there's lightning.
Oh shoot, this thing was really holding some stuff up, you guys.
All right, Quinn, onward to the mines. Punch it.
Does this thing have any kind of like get hit with lightning shield?
How are we going to power the crystals to teleport back the titanium? Did we grab the crystals after? Yeah, you
Yeah,
grabbed
we
them.
did.
Yeah, I said I grabbed them, and then I grabbed Adron and piggyback rider.
so we have so I have one slot left.
Okay.
So
Yeah, and if
So-
I have knowing that we have mining stuff, I'd like to try to find my way back to the area that we had parked our original ship
Or chariot?
Okay.
chariot. Yep.
So as you take the Quinjet up, you can see that the hallway that you went down to get to this town is still intact, so you can't see in the hallway, but you can also see your chariot is still parked on the helipad area, and then you can see the monorail that kind of leads, and you can also see the titanium mine.
We could just fly straight
can-
to the titanium mine.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Can
We're just-
we? Or is
Yeah.
the dome in the way where we can't actually fly out?
You
No,
can
it's
get through the
it's
dome.
shattered. It's already
you said it
shattered.
was shattered. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
But he said
I'll
it was
mention
about
this
the
to the group.
storm, and I was like, just punch it and get there as quick as possible.
I'm gonna mention to the
Alright.
group. Should we just go right to the mine?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah.
I mean,
Let's try to beat the storm.
we could do that, or we can take the monorail down.
I'm not sure the monorail's a good idea. The track could be broken. The train
Yeah.
could be broken. We
We
don't know
did
how to
just-
power it on per se.
Seem to kill the one
I was
giant
gonna say
power
We
source
just, we
that
just
this
took the whole power source for the city.
city had.
So
As much as I want to
we
ride
just
the
did do
train.
that.
that robot
Truly.
lady that we were talking to is
And
gonna be
deeply.
gone.
Yeah, never mind.
Oh
We should just go.
no. We
The
killed the
robot
robot
guy.
what
lady.
happened to the planet? Oh yeah. Zoom.
I will now go into the entire full monologue of everything that's ever happened since the inception of the.
It's
Okay,
Yes,
Hades'
so I'm-
fault.
I'm
He
gonna-
pushed the button.
heads up, my D&D Beyond screen just went black again, so the Zoom
Uh-oh.
call might,
Okay.
might crash again here in a second, but we'll see.
That's all right. Well,
I'm not clicking
May-
anything.
Maybe
Before
it'll
anyone-
switch us back.
before anybody else takes over Quinn's spot, Quinn will will take us try to take us directly to the mine.
Okay, roll your piloting
Okay.
roll.
Feel like we need some sort
Oh
of like
shit!
gnome
Can I
Bjorn.
assist him?
Nat 20.
Can I assist him with that?
One.
With like a
Ooh.
navigation,
Oh.
or are you like co-piloting?
Co-piloting.
Okay, roll your co.
Can I
that
just
gives
give
you
him
advantage.
advantage?
Yeah, roll again.
Oh my god, you're so lucky.
Good thing you started saying that before he told me what his roll was.
I
Oh,
honestly
wow.
didn't hear what he was saying,
18.
so I was just
Okay.
like, let me just.
So yeah, you sit in the
51.
co-pilot seat and you kind of pull that up. And
Oh,
Quinn,
that's-
you're kind of like looking at what's going on, and you forget to kind of pilot for a second, so the ship begins to kind of lurch, and
How it's all
Elias
time.
pulls it up, like hey, and you're like okay, and you
I immediately put it in a barrel roll.
I hadn't buckled up yet.
so
I
Hades
still
just
got Audrey on my
right
back.
against the screen.
I have Star Fox flashbacks.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
And you're able to get up through the broken dome and across and over to the titanium mine, which is just basically this open pit in the ground. The jungle around is kind of overgrowing into the pit, but there's still this just massive pit. And at the bottom of this pit, you can see mounds of titanium ore. And then on the other side, there's this like processing facility, this like conveyor belt, and at the end of this there are stacks of titanium sheets. You're probably looking at anywhere from 1,500 to 2,500 titanium sheet metal,
Would that be enough for the
Oh.
ship?
more than enough.
All right.
Sir, send that email.
I was gonna say send an email now.
Yeah, I do that.
Okay.
You
Now,
send
So
the
First
email.
lead engineer. Hello
So
again.
should we like put all of the ore in the sheets in like one area and then
Yes.
set the thing? Yeah.
They're actually already, they look like they're stacked up, like they're ready to be picked up for
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
shipping.
Yeah, let's not worry about the ore. We're just gonna take the sheets because we don't need too much filling up the cargo bay.
But
Can
what
we
if
use-
something happens later and we need the ore?
But no, he says wait in the sheets are like way more than we actually need, so it'd be enough like for spare parts.
And we can
I'm
use
sorry,
the
I don't
sheets.
trust anything ever anymore.
Joe, we can use the sheets and convert, like, use fabricators or something to turn them into other things.
Yeah,
Yes.
we have a fab. So okay, yeah.
I'm just making sure.
All right, so I was like, let's just. All right, here's my plan. We land a ship. Take the. Is there a way to transfer power from the little crystal? Or. Actually,
We
no,
still
never
have to
mind.
get back to the
Actually, yeah, no,
chariot.
never mind. We still have. Yeah, no, never mind. We still have someone with a spell slot, right? To
Yeah.
charge up the crystals one more time.
Matt,
We
are
have
you
two
gonna
spell
use your
slots
slot,
left.
or do you want me to use mine?
Um,
Do you have a heal?
I have a heal.
I have a heal as well. I
Okay,
have cure wounds.
so do I.
Okay.
Or
As long as
I'll,
someone has a heal, just God forbid anything happens.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead. Let me go ahead and use mine, and because I
Okay.
think I can provide more firepower, and you can provide the healing. So
All right.
Okay,
So yeah.
so I'll go ahead and expend my spell slot.
So you spend that and you charge those crystals. You see them kind of light up with their purple glow. They look like they're ready to go.
Don't worry, I still have vicious mockery. We'll be good.
I was
Oh,
gonna
good,
say- when you
good,
said
good.
when you said firepower, I was like, it's vicious mockery.
I set the crystals up again to get all the sheets that we can within the the limits of the crystals.
Okay.
And
So Quinn, you're landing the jet, right?
Wait for the email this time.
I am.
Okay, so you land the jet on the ground, and this is just natural rocky terrain, but you're able to land it on an even spot. And thing pops open, jump out. Hades, you run over and you start setting up these crystals, and you get a cargo bay is clear and ready for incoming.
So I'm gonna stay in
Where
the ship
go?
this time.
Okay. Hades
Alright.
is staying in the ship. Are you keeping it running?
Hades, am I Hades right now?
no.
I can't remember.
Sorry,
Quinn.
Are you keeping it
Quinn
running?
is going to stay in the in the ship, and he's just gonna kind of keep an eye out just in case
And-
that load bearing crystal ends up causing a problem.
Okay.
And I'm going to be kind of like hanging outside the door, just watching, providing any type of cover for Hades.
Yeah. I'm one hand setting up the crystals with my hand cannon out just in case something jumps out. And
I'll be
then,
up there helping
I mean,
him
do
set
you
up the
want me
crystals.
to set up the crystals?
That's fine.
Or
I'm just
Elias?
It's in and out, in and out.
Say, if you give me 2, then I can help you set them up. You get
Okay.
them
I'll
Yeah,
first
it could
fast.
go faster.
All right, so
And I'll just provide cover.
we got the email. Pressing beep.
Yep, they disappear, and about 2 minutes later, you get an email received.
Woo!
This is
Grab
quite a bit of
crystals?
titanium. We're gonna have trouble
they-
using it all.
Not on this.
Try
None of our
me!
trips.
Did they get a message about receiving the crystal as well?
Yes, you did get a confirmation. Both items have successfully been transported to the Banneker.
The crystal response was just damn.
Damn,
dot,
girl.
dot, dot,
You are-
All right,
And
then,
at this point, you all begin to feel the ground shake again.
Ooh, time
Yep.
to get back in the thingy with the crystals. These probably are extensive.
take that Quinjet back to our chariot.
Back to the chariot.
Is this jet nicer than the chariot?
It seems like it's designed specifically for maneuverability. It doesn't.
And
Go ahead.
go ahead.
It doesn't
ahead.
appear that it is designed for out of atmosphere travel.
Let's
Yeah.
see if that's true. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
I'll be all right. You guys can
Yeah.
hold your breath.
Yeah, it's fine.
Like, can we try that when I'm like 7th level?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll head back to the as soon as everybody's in, this thing's geared up and ready to go. And yeah, I'll head back to. I'm gonna beeline it back to the chariot, but this time I'm gonna wait for Elias to come in because now I understand the value of a co-pilot. It took me a while, but now I get it.
Okay, so yeah, everybody's ready to go. Elias sits down in his co-pilot seat, / navigator seat, and you all take the thing back to the chariot, and you land that Quinjet easy peasy, and transfer from the Quinjet into the chariot. Launch the chariot, fly through the atmosphere back to the Banneker. You're able to go in through the cargo bay and land the chariot. We're back aboard the RSV Banneker.
I do pet the Quinjet and tell it that I'm going to miss it before we go. Important.
I wish we could have
important
taken
story.
you home, buddy.
Yeah.
Is there like a latch, like a little Jeep Wrangler, little rat? we
So
can
Tow
just-
it with you.
Well, we probably
know, if
could have.
we'd
We
thought
could
about
have
it
charged
sooner, we
it. Yeah, charged.
Probably could have
it.
used the crystals.
Yeah. Send it
I mean, we
Shit.
got one. Hey, Elias, man, if you want to pop
Guys,
No,
up-
we're
stop
almost, we're almost out of the atmosphere. Oh, hey guys, we could use the crystals.
I have an
Turn
idea.
back
Turn around. I have an idea.
Guys.
as we're flying, the
Trust me, it's a
platform
really
just
good idea.
falls.
As you are coming off of the chariot, the captain, the door slides open, and the captain and some of the security officers come through, escorted by the captains.
Oh, they're okay. Yay.
Oh, Captain, you're all right.
Yes, thanks to your efforts, the ship has been fully recharged, and people are in the med bay being processed now, and holes in the hull are being patched up as we speak. Thank you.
Of course.
Now, if you'd like to meet me in the debriefing room, we'll discuss the details of your incursion?
Yeah.
Excursion.
Excursion.
There we go. I knew it wasn't. We'll discuss the details of your excursion in the debriefing room.
I have a question, Joe.
She gives a salute. Oh, wait, the salute was got it. Turns around and heads out towards the and you make note that the door slides open on its own.
I love these doors.
Joe, I have a quick question. I don't know if I said it afterwards, but did I say that I wanted to get some kind of like goo from the creatures?
I don't remember saying that, but it would have been very easy to do because it was all over the place. Yes.
Okay. I wanted to do that, but I think I got distracted.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
whatever
there was
by.
enough time that you would have had time to do.
Yeah, just like a
Little
canteen
goose
full?
sample.
Yeah, I mean, it was like the material was like that Nickelodeon slime. You could just into it.
Yak.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Neat.
Yuck.
Just fill up a canteen with it, just to maybe investigate later.
Okay.
As we're driving back up to the Banneker, you're like,
What did the sensors say? What?
I said stop it. I'll tell you what it said.
It happens all the time now.
So yeah, you head to the debriefing room, and as the doors automatically slide open on their own,
Yay.
the captain is sitting in the head table chair. And make yourselves comfortable. Have a seat.
Stool.
Next session, I'll have you tell me all about this.
You sound a lot like Joe.
We'll sit here for a week,
Yeah.
just staring.
Staring at each other.
That's where we're going to end this session, as we successfully made it back to the RSV Banneker, and while you were returning to the ship, it looks like they have already started to utilize the crystal and titanium to repair the ship, and while it's not 100% fully operational as of right now, it's about 90%. Things are looking good. Join us next Sunday as they talk to the captain, do a debriefing session, and where to go next.
Boop, boop.
As always, thank you for joining us. Have a fantastic evening, and we'll see you next time.
We took no damage.
Nobody died.